Hi everybody, so I want to clarify a little. Often you guys will hear me talk about income producing activities and being intentional with the time that you spend doing your Scentsy business. What I mean by that is you can organize your office and you can dilly-dally on Facebook and you can create this type of system and that type of system, but those things, while they're great and they're still vital to your business, if you need income now and you know you need income for next month, those things are, yes, technically working your business, but they're not providing you income now. So I always say to do at least 2 to 3 income producing activities a day. Now these activities do not have to take a lot of time, but when you set aside 30 minutes to work your business, you need to be sure that you are being 100% intentional with that 30 minutes. You are not doing whatever those other things are that I just mentioned. You are doing money making activities. So what are some ideas of some money-making activities that you can do on a daily basis? Number 1 is follow-up. You have customers, you have leads, and if you're not following up with those 2 categories, then you're missing out on them. If you're not touching base with them about their product, somebody else will. They'll find somebody else too, and now they have a new consultant, and you wonder why they're not coming to you to shop. So follow up. The key is in the follow-up. I talk a lot about the 222 or the 333 system. If you need more information on that, let me know. I'll create a training video on that as well. But that is the most genius way to get in the habit of following up with your customers and your leads. Next, conversations and building relationships. Now, this is every day in your daily business. This might not be something that you do in that 30-minute blocks. Actually, it is. I'll touch on that in a minute. But when you're out and about in your day, just because you're running errands doesn't mean you can't be working your business. Talk to the people that you're seeing. Stand purposely in the longest line in the supermarket. Wear your Scentsy shirt. Create conversation. Bring your bag of testers and put it in the shopping cart. And then somebody will be like, what's that? Be that weirdo. Because guess what? You're going to get a sale out of it. Definitely have the conversations. Don't be scared. And I'm not saying go, guys, I sell Scentsy. Don't be like blurting things out. But just talk to someone. Compliment them. Think of something that you can talk about. This person's standing in line. Are they wearing a Phillies t-shirt? Are they munching on a candy? Like, think of something you can connect to with them personally and start that conversation with them. When you're walking away from that conversation, if Scentsy didn't naturally come up on it, as you're walking away, you can say, hey, I really enjoyed your company and talking with you today. Here's just a sample. I don't know if you like things that smell good, but if you do, feel free to try this out. I'd love to hear how you like it. You're not selling it. You're just offering them something for free and thanking them for meeting you. There's nothing pushy about that. Drop off samples and then follow up. You can make samples all day and night and you can waste time doing it. But if you're not handing out those samples, making those samples was a waste. So I think it was Joel Curtis. He was saying almost exactly what I just said last week. He said, it's only an income producing activity if you're sitting in the Target parking lot in your trunk making the samples. Otherwise, unless those samples are getting into people's hands, they're a waste. So what do I do? Once a month, I make my samples. I post a picture on Facebook of me with my basket and I'm going to go hand out those samples, and then I ask people to like it if they want a sample as well. I can't begin to tell you the amount of likes I get on those pictures and how many more customers I wouldn't have previously had if I hadn't posted that picture. But then I go drive around and I might pick one town one day and one town the next day, or make it somewhere that's on my errands route that I'm going to be doing for the day. But I'm dropping off samples to those people's houses. Now, in 2 to 3 days later, I'm going to contact those people and I'm going to ask them how they liked that scent. They might not have had a chance to use it yet, and they'll tell me that, which is fine. But I'm telling you, that is the easiest income producing activity that you can do. Post the picture on Facebook and follow up with the people that you dropped the sample off with. Borrow bags. Try to put together 1 or 2 borrow bags. I know that quickly when I started my business, I had 1 or 2 extra warmers that I got through host rewards or that I just wasn't using in my house anymore. So I'm pretty sure some of you out there have those too. Create a borrow bag. It doesn't have to be a fancy bag. Use a little brown paper bag. Put in a warmer. Put in 3 or 4 scent samples in them. If you have some wash-a-whiffs on hand, put wash-a-whiff samples in them. Give it to someone for a couple days. Say it's Monday, I'm talking to Lucy. I'm saying, Lucy, I'd love for you to try my borrow bag. Why don't you take it home, try out the warmer, and see if you like the product, and then I'll bring it back in and I'll follow up with you on Thursday. Well, I guarantee you, you're going to get a sale. I've never lent out a borrow bag and not gotten a sale. So try to have 2 of those and get them out every single week. People like to borrow free stuff. People will be like, really? I can borrow this? And most of the time people buy the warmer that I lent them. So even if it is a brand new warmer, guess what? You're writing it off as a big business expense. And now someone just bought it from you. So it's a win-win. Book an event, book parties. These are income producing activities you can do. While it might not be immediate income right now, you're setting up your future for the income then. So kind of off of that with the booking parties is talk to 3 people a day. Message on Facebook. Create a conversation. Don't just slam Scentsy down their throats, but say, hey, I can't believe how big your son's getting. And then you start a conversation, and then they say, hey, so what are you doing these days? Get them to ask you a question back. Oh, I'm just working my Scentsy business. Oh, yeah, I see that you're doing that. Are you doing well with that? How's it going? Slowly, you're talking more about your business, and you can bring up the joining, the hosting, or buying. 3 people a day. I want you to get in the habit of 3 people a day, messaging them and having a conversation. Not only is this going to benefit you socially, I have a lot of social anxiety. Don't get me wrong. So like, I get that with people, right? But there are so many people within this business that I have reconnected with from my past. And that is one of the most grateful things, most things that I'm most grateful for. And the last thing is going to be, when was the last time you made your list of 100? Redo your list of 100 people. This is 100 people that you know. Now, I know, and this isn't meant to sound wrong, but like, I know a lot more than 100 people, okay? So my personal list isn't necessarily a list of 100, but I have an order list. People I think will like Scentsy. I have a host list. People I think have either expressed interest in hosting, or I think would be a good host or would be interested in hosting a party. And then I have a join list. So these are my potential recruits. Again, people who have expressed interest or people I think would rock this business. Now, these are 3 different lists that I can reference on a daily basis. So now I have an extra 10 minutes. What can I do with my 10 minutes? I break out my list and I contact one of those people. And again, I'm just having a conversation. Make the list, but don't just make it and push it to the side. Use it. Use this list to take your 3 people that you want to contact each day. Doesn't have to text them, call them, Facebook message. I know you can do it. And by doing these steps, you're creating income for yourself. So these are your income producing activities. If you guys have any other ideas, feel free to comment below and we can get a good conversation going, okay? Take care.